Hello. My name is Lauren Michelle. I'm a Scrum Master here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm just going over a few questions today. The first being, if I were to explain Scrum to my grandmother, I would probably explain it something like this. Scrum is a way of working that is like baking a cake. It helps teams to work on one thing at a time and to make sure that they're always making progress. So, a little background on how Scrum works: there's the planning phase, where the team works together to decide what they want to do in the next week. They make a list of all the things they need to do and they estimate how long each thing will take. Then they actually get to doing. The team works on the things on their list. They meet regularly to check in on how they're doing and to make sure they're on track. Then they review. At the end of the week, a team meets to review what they have done. They talk about what went well and what they could do better next time. And finally, there's the retrospective, where they can discuss on how they can improve the process. So Scrum is a very flexible way of working. Teams can adjust the length of their sprints and the number of things they work on depending on the needs of the project. So, as a simple analogy, grandmother. So imagine you were baking a cake for a party. You have a lot of different things to do. You need to decide what the ingredients are going to be, the recipe, how you're going to mix the ingredients. Then you need to actually bake the cake and frost it. But you can't do everything at once. So you decide to work on one thing at a time. You start by planning your cake. You decide what kind of cake you want to make, what grocery store you're going to go to, the ingredients, your budget. You estimate how long it's going to take to bake this cake. When do you need the cake by? When's the party? Then you start baking. You mix the ingredients, pour them in a pan, and put them in the oven. You check on the cake regularly in regular intervals to make sure that it is baking properly and it is up to your standards and meets your definition of done. When the cake is finished baking, you let it cool, you let it frost, and then you decorate it. Finally, you get to eat your cake. You get to reap the rewards of your products that you've created. So, Scrum is like baking a cake. It is a way of working that helps teams to achieve their goals and create a finished product that is hopefully delicious. Scrum teams work together to plan, do, review, and then retrospect on their work in short sprints, which usually last around 1 to 2 weeks. This helps them to stay focused and create realistic goals and make sure they're making progress towards their goals. So, Scrum teams are also very self organizing, which means they are responsible for their own work and how they do it. They also allows them to be very flexible and really adaptable to change. So, Scrum can be used for many different things. For teams of all sizes, it can be used to develop software, products, services, and even bake a cake. So, I hope this explanation is helpful, Nana. And for my second question, I was actually working on a project to develop a new website for a drone rental company here in Charlotte. The product owner had a vision for the website, but they didn't have all the details worked out yet. So, for example, they didn't know what features they wanted or how the website should be designed. So, one of the key requirements that was missing was a definition of the user experience. The product owner didn't know what kind of experience they wanted the users to have on the website. So, what I did was I started by meeting with the product owner to understand the vision and to get a better understanding of their requirements. I also met with my development team to get their input on the website and to see what challenges they anticipated. So even after these meetings, I still didn't have all the information I needed to complete the project. There were some key requirements that were still missing. So what I decided to do was to create a prototype of the website. This prototype allowed us to test different designs and features and to get back to the product owner and the potential users. So we created a simple prototype of the website, showed it to the product owner, and then we showed it to the stakeholders. We got some really good feedback, and we were able to make some changes to the design and features. We then, after we had that information, created a more detailed prototype and gave that to the product owners, and we got more feedback. So after that, we were able to kind of make our final changes to the design and the features of the website, and we were ready to start developing the website. So we were able to complete the website on time and within budget. We delivered a product that met the needs of the users, even when we did not have all the user requirements at the beginning. And the product owner, stakeholders, and the developers were all happy with our result. So, what some things I learned from this are it's important to be able to work with incomplete information and to be able to adapt, become adaptable when developing anything, any kind of project, be it a website or even baking a cake. It's really important to get feedback often and early, which is a huge thing with Scrum, getting that feedback in regular intervals. It's also very important to be flexible, be willing to make changes to our design and features as needed. It's also important to be able to work with a team who have different skills and experience and really let the team self manage. So, yeah, I'm still learning how to be the best Scrum Master as possible, but I am always looking for ways to improve and to develop any kind of products with these skills. But yeah, thank you for your time, and I really appreciate it. Have a good day.